Hello, John Dilworth here. Let's get to it. Let's make something happen today. So we continue from the previous video, scene 45. And we just completed this business here. Now we're going to do this. We're going to do that. And it's an emotional scene. It's all emotional. She's howling. Jane, you have to think of sound effects. You have to think of sound effects. She's howling from behind this door. Little mousehole. And he had just put this obstacle there. It's supposed to be a joke. I know I'm not laughing right now, but we're just doing this thing. So we're going to continue. We're going to do this one part. He's going to lean against that door. He's going to hear her howling. We have to have him feel something. We need him to feel. What is he feeling? Well, at this point, he's a very interesting cat. Doesn't have a hot Sicilian temper, like Raging Bull. And he's not a diminutive man, that sits in a chair and reads a newspaper all day and the world could collapse. Like the Big Snit, not like a dullard. If you haven't seen the Big Snit, it's a Paul Barker. Oh God, I may even got that wrong. National Film Board of Canada. But he's somewhere in between. He likes to have fun, of course, but he's been living with this woman. And you have these full moon episodes with claws and teeth and irrationality. Howling, of course, the howling. How does he feel? I think he would feel sad. He would feel sad for her that she has to suffer that. But that's her life. So we have to have sound effects. She's calling out. She's calling out. She's going bananas. Things to be beyond her control. Was sort of fate's capricious toy in that regard. What I like about this layout, as I've been explaining in the previous videos, it's how I feel much more confident knowing how tall it is and how tall he is and how his design is roofly. Because I always have my model sheet nearby, handy. So now he's just got to do something. He's got to feel sad. He is sad. Sad for her, sad for himself. Because he apparently, you don't want to give up. How do you give up on this situation? So we're just going to go easy. So we know he's there. He just stepped. Let's look at Gibbons. Yeah, let's just see. Let's see where we've been. Where we have been could inform where you are going. If that isn't, Anthony will do that. He'll finish that. So he is stepping back, and this foot, maybe this one goes back now. Just lightly, but feeling it out. Just so he can, let's say, get a better position on what it is he's doing. Also, I think I have this instinct to have him breathe from the heaving of this wooden slab. Also, as I got a physical metaphor of the exhaustion. The exhaustion that, well, my friends, I guess we're going to have to say it. The exhaustion of love. It is into Rose Garden, as the song goes. You know how this song goes. Well, maybe if a rapper or somebody would sing it, you would know, right? I never promised you a rose garden. Pardon me, I know that was inappropriate right there. I shouldn't be singing. I should be plotting my next fortune. Just the accumulation of billions. That's what I'm going to do. That's the life. Must be, right? Because it's so popular. What am I missing? We're ending the year. So arbitrarily pronounced. But I've recently taken to the moon as calendar, as, what is it? Let's just check to see where we are. I'm going to flip from him to the model. It looks a little short, right? Where's his hips? So his hips, well, actually, I'm wrong, my friends. This is why it's always important that we work together on these things. So he's like this. And his shoulder, let's say, this shoulder goes down as it comes up. And here's Richard Williams. Joint, joints. That doesn't look too smooth, does it? We're going to have to do something like this, like a finger. You could just even have a finger and it slows it down, you see? And this one, joint, right? Joint. And what would look better? Yeah, this one, a little finger. Always graphic. I just love the lines, even with this simple thing. And you may not be able to see a thing. And I'm going rattling on like this. All right, so let's see. And then we had designed this strategy to do his hair and just to give us a landscape of where things might be. Yeah. Oh, you can even have the and that's the other thing. Eventually we have to think about audio. Just audio. I'm not going to say they're audio effects, but just some expression, human expressions, not just all sound. And Jane is just going, I don't know what, like a, oh, I don't like that shirt. You see things. Flip. See, now you know what happens. Animators, they go bananas. They do this too long. I think that's like this. That's what it is. I think it's like that. Yeah, doesn't that feel better? That just feels better. And then, of course, it will go down. What, of course? I continue to say such a ridiculous word. Nothing is of course. What's of course? Of course we're going to do this, do that, of course. However, that affirmation always tends to leave me suspicious. Okay, so up, and this kind of like fancy thing. So his hair, now comes down. We know there's a center, and I've rigged this. Yeah, I've rigged this so that it works for me. Look at that. It's a strategy. It's just like if you're studying marketing, right? The maximum profit at the least expense. Yeah, I think I got it. Well, I continue to make art that doesn't even make a profit. I just have to do it. That's how I'm going to live my life. Unfortunately, for the great commodity centers of the universe, I'm not really going to participate so much. Have yourself, right? Singing Christmas carols. How about singing songs of love instead? And saying hello to neighbors that you don't know. I think that's a good start. Did you see how that, now what's going to happen to us, Dilworth? Now look what you've done. You've done something to us. How are you going to recover this? So, Jim is going to step back here, of course. And I don't want him to do a two-step, a dance move. Let's see where he is in proximity to the door. Ow. Okay, let's just put this here. Where we are checking. Always reconfirming what we believe we know. Right, to confirm that in fact it's right. Okay, so he goes back, he steps, and perhaps we need something like this. Maybe a good idea would be to add another pose to this layout. Let's do it. No, it's already in blue. There's red. Do I have a green? Will the green come through? We can try. We're going to need this pose to help us be extremely accurate. Let me take this light down so I can see. So he's basically there. All right. So this is him. Is he going to be looking at the... He's looking down, but I mean his head's tilted down, but he's looking up through the door. But this could happen. And here's his neck, so we need this. And he's caved in, I guess, like that, caving in. You could say, what can he do? And so things change because he's holding on to the bar. And that's the thing. How do we act this? I will have to act this to really understand what's he doing. What do I want to get across? If she's howling and he's worthless, there's nothing he can do. What they call impotent to affect any change, because it is the way it is. Right? It is the way it is. It is the way it is. So this is animators talking. We don't have anything else to do. Look, we're just sitting down doodling, as my sister says. So this hand, what would he do? Well, if he extend his hands out, then it's almost like Christ-like. He wouldn't do that. He's just listening. Maybe he puts his head down on here even. That's too pathetic, right? I mean, he's been doing this act for how many moons? We don't know. Even if it's even if it's a year they're together, right? Even if it's a year. That's 12 moons. That's 12 episodes. Just like what we just saw. What? You don't tell me that's not the definition of love. Maybe it's a kind of disordered love, because is Jim dependent on the wolf woman, the wild woman? Does he need that? What's her connection? To be the wolf to a loving man who's maybe not brutal? It's not like a lion tamer. These are the things that we must confront as animators. That's our responsibility. How else are we to draw convincing characters that support a well-written story, or just a good story, craft-wise, and then later you do more of it, you get really, really good at it, almost mystical. So that's it. And until then, you know what to do.